Hi Quad Flyers, Dan here. I've had some questions regarding the video I take from my quadcopter, and so I figured I would make a video of the quadcopter. So here we have it. What you're looking at here is this was a kit that I bought from Amazon.com for about $200, and let me go through what the kit came with. You got the frame here, you got 4 motors, you got the 4 ESCs, you got all the wiring that you needed with it. You got a MultiWii 2.5 SE flight control board, a power distribution board, which is kind of hard to see, it's here at the bottom, and I think that's pretty much it here. So you got enough to get it to fly. The skids I bought separately, and this Walkera 2-axis gimbal I bought separately as well too. And obviously you can't have a gimbal without skids, so you have to get both of those. Something that I did dump almost immediately after the first flight was those cheap plastic propellers that they send with this stuff. It's so dangerous. These things flexed like crazy. So I upgraded to these carbon fiber propellers, which I also bought on Amazon. In fact, everything I'm going to show you I think I bought from Amazon, so you can get all this stuff from there. I did add on, this did not come with the kit, a HM10 Bluetooth module, so I can make all my PID adjustments and other configurations right from my iPhone. I could also view telemetry, altitude, and things like that right from the iPhone as well. And the GPS module was also an add-on that did not come with the kit. But once this is set up correctly, you could do things like return to home with just a flick of the switch. This little board here is an I2C module. The best way I can describe this is that it translates the signal from the satellites that come into here, translates through here, goes down into the flight control board, and makes it something readable for the flight control board so it knows how to act on those instructions. Okay. Video. This does support live video feed. I connected a TS-832 transmitter, video transmitter to it, and at the time I didn't realize this, but you don't need a special camera for this. I actually use the GoPro. I can connect the video feed right to the GoPro, and I did upgrade this antenna. The antennas that it came with were just those standard looking, black poles. These are the polarized antennas, which are supposed to be better. I've never really seen a problem. I did have a couple of glitches, I should say, but I think that was more because I was flying it right over my head, so it may not have just been getting a signal. Those you can get those polarized antennas for about $10 or $12 for 2 of them, so it's worth the upgrade there. Okay, so this is what I use primarily just for my video recording. But I did create a second unit here, which is used only for FPV. I don't want to record on this one. This one's just for first-person view. I have a 700 TVL security video camera for about $40, again from Amazon. I have it connected directly to the same TS-832 video transmitter as the other one. So I did not buy 2 receivers, but I did buy 2 transmitters. So since I only fly one of these at a time, I just make sure that the channels are correct, and then I can use them right to my video monitor ground station, which is right here. So this monitor is sold on Amazon for about $25. And I think it's sold as a backup camera, or a backup monitor rather, for cars. But because it's a 12-volt system, I was able to just connect it directly to these LiPo batteries, these 3-cell LiPo batteries, and these last hours and hours. I've never actually had one go dead, and I've flown for quite a while with these. I also connected, I should show you this. I forget exactly, this is kind of like a knockoff Dean's connector here, it's not focusing well. But I set up the video receiver with the same type of setup. So you also just use a LiPo battery to run the video receiver. So it's totally portable. I could bring it to the beach, I could bring it to a park or whatever and fly first-person view flying. Okay? And I keep everything on a tripod there. So as far as power goes, I like to use these Floreon batteries. They're 3-cell batteries, 35C discharge, which I think is really important so you get that power when you need it. and 5500 milliamps. The way I have everything set up here, the battery runs everything. Nothing is independent with the exception of the GoPro, which has its own battery. But this particular unit, the battery runs the gimbal, the Bluetooth, obviously all the motors, ESCs, and electronics, as well as the video transmission. So I'm not plugging in multiple batteries to get this to work. It's just one battery does everything. And the same goes for the FPV only model. Okay? Now this frame here, I think I forgot to mention, this frame was actually bought on Amazon too, and it's considered an FPV frame, and I think the main difference here is that the configuration of the legs is not like a true X. Try to get you a view there. Kind of widens out in the front here. See if you can get a view of it there. Apologies for the lousy video if it doesn't look good. But anyways, what I use as far as a receiver on these, on both of these, I mean, I've never had any problem with orange micro stuff, but because of the fact that there's a danger factor to flying these around, these carbon fiber props, I feel like they could just about knock a finger off if you were to get hit by one. So I like to stick with the Spectrum AR6200. There's the primary, and then I keep a satellite at the bottom to, there you go. And I connect those to a DX6i. Now, I set these up in airplane mode, and if you ask why, I don't really have a reason why I didn't think about using helicopter mode or heli mode. These seem to operate quite fine in airplane mode, but you know, maybe for the more advanced flyers who know a lot about the helicopter setups, they might want to incorporate swash and do some things like that with the heli mode. But for me, I've had no issue. These both fly very well. They are very stable units, and they both serve their purpose just fine for me. So if you have any questions on the MultiWii and Arduino software setup, I've done it twice now. A lot of trial and error, but also got a lot of help from people on YouTube who've gone through the same process. So I'm happy to impart my knowledge if you need it. So just hit me up on Tilney Aviation. All right, take care and happy flying.